I got a fun one for you. Dealing with warlocks, witches, and unjust death. Welcome to Shut Eye Theater. So, I had a dream of a group of family that lived during the Dark Ages. These were a family of warlocks and witches, and they used their power to pull at the strings of people like puppeteers, controlling the outcomes of many wars and events during their day and age of power and reign. Now, one of the members of this family, one of the strongest ones, died from the Black Plague and felt that it is so unjust to be killed so young by something unseen. And in his death, he mustered up all his will and power to live, calling upon his family to pull and break the bands of death and bring him back to life. They succeeded, but not without the notice of death. So death, in his rage, decided to curse the whole family and make it so that they will live in limbo for forever, unless someone completed all of the tasks that they needed to complete, their unfinished business, if you might call it, so that they may finally rest, had to be done by a living family member. Family member after family member attempted and tried, wasting away their lives to try and make it happen. Finally, one, many years later, was able to succeed at accomplishing every single last one. But the first had the hardest one to accomplish, which was to find a way to break his bands of death, but also help him accept death so that his unfinished business can be over. The last family member at this time was too tired. He's already pulled upon his own warlock skills to extend his life 2 times over. And he was tired. And so he set the instance of all the others' completed family business aside for the next family member to solve. Now here's the kicker. Death was no fool. And so, at the death of this family members, everything he's done was gone. You see, someone has to accomplish all this during their life, and this last family member did not know that this was the case, just thinking that none of the rest ever even got the one done. Well, now his unfinished business was, not finishing all the tasks. It will be 100 years before anyone had enough genetic connection to this family to hear their wailing voices from limbo to be able to find their way into final rest. Finally, a little boy, orphan to be exact, could hear the wailing of these voices coming from the haunted castle near his town. He went there to find people walking around, living, eating, but not truly there. And they beg that he will take up the task to save them, or, to his unknowing, allow him to suffer the same fate. You see, he is connected enough to where he would receive the same curse. So, taking up the mantle started by solving the first unfinished business, but had limited time, for he was not a warlock, so had no way of extending his life. So he only had this lifetime to solve the problems. And that's when I woke up. I never got to see the completion of this one. And I hope one day maybe I'll be able to dream it again and see maybe how far this new descendant was able to go. But he has hundreds of years to try and solve, of unfinished business to solve. who knows how far he'll get. Anyway, I need to go to bed and have another dream. So, till next time, sweet dreams.